Hello, 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 hello. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, 2018, and it is Wednesday. And besides it being Valentine's Day, Wednesdays of every week are going to be my official weekly updates. I plan to do a weekly updated video every morning on a Wednesday. So just want to put that out there, and I hope that you are having an amazing Valentine's Day. By the time this video is up, it'll be like afternoon probably. So I hope that you and your loved one gets to celebrate this evening, or if you're not celebrating this evening, you get to celebrate this weekend. If you have someone in your life that loves you for who you are, love them, value them, and hopefully they're doing the exact same for you. So I just wanted to put that out there and just wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And if you are watching this, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you following my journey. So this week is about my 1 week post-op VSG surgery. I can't even believe that I'm sitting here making this video, guys. Like, it's all still so surreal. Just to know that I started this journey in around November of 2017, and it's February, and I've had my surgery and I'm 1 week post-op. Like, what? Oh my God. I can't even put it in words how amazing this is, and how amazing I feel. So that's the first most important thing. I am 8 days today. So the reason, let me just make this make sense. The reason why all of my videos are going to be on a Wednesday is because for me, I feel like day 7 is not complete until it's over, right? Does that make sense? So all of my weekly weigh-ins are going to be on Wednesday mornings, because I feel like I have to give myself the full 7 days, not like 6.5 or 6 days in the morning of the 7th, I just feel like if I'm really doing this, I need to give myself the full 7 days from surgery, which would be Tuesday to Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, I can give myself a true assessment of what happened that week. So that's why my weekly updates will be every Wednesday and not every Tuesday, which I had my surgery on a Tuesday. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, hey, it makes sense to me, and that's what's gonna happen. So, all right, so let's just start off with the stats, because I have watched oodles and noodles of YouTube videos, and I know that everybody wants to know those numbers first and foremost. So I'm gonna start off with that, and I am going to introduce myself because I have to get used to doing this. Like, this YouTube channel, guys, was originally just for me to document my journey privately, and it has turned into something else. And I'm so appreciative that so many of you love my journey and are following along, and I'm inspiring you guys. Like, it means the absolute world. So I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna try to remember when I do these videos to do this in the beginning. So bear with me, give me time. These videos will get better as time goes on, I hope, So here we go. Tell me how I did for my first try. All right, my name is Sierra, and I am 31 years old, living in Louisiana, and I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on February 6, 2018. My highest weight, which was last year, 2017, 311 pounds, and by the time I started pre-op, I was 302 pounds, wait, 302.2, because that 0.2 is important. And at the completion of my 14-day liquid pre-op diet, which was pretty easy, I weighed myself literally the night before surgery, and my weight was 289.8. And as of today, drum roll please. Everybody get ready. I am excited, y'all. I have my notes right here, and I'm looking at this number and I still can't believe it. I am officially in the 270s. Okay, let's just hold our thoughts for a second. I started at 302.2 pounds. Started this journey, okay? Not my high, not my 311 pound high, but I started this process with the liquid diet and all that at 302 pounds 2 ounces. I am now in the 270s. 270s, and it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I officially weigh 278.8 pounds. Yes! All the jiggles. Take them. Yes. Here you go. Jiggle here, jiggle there, jiggle there. I don't care because I am so excited. I haven't been in the 270s since like 2 years ago, and I used to like hang out there. That was my safe place. I used to weigh 272 consistently. Like that was my number, 272, 272. And every now and then I'll be like 274, but I never weighed more than 274 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the weight just started packing on, packing on, packing on, packing on, packing on. Okay, so to be back in the 270s is kind of like, girl, you are doing this. And I thought I was gonna be a slow loser, y'all. Like, I just feel like my body type, like I'm a solid person. I have a lot of muscle mass, and I've always been like a thicker, solid type of person, even since childhood. I never was really fat as a kid, but I was solid, like very just meat, solid muscle, you know. So I felt like going into this journey I was going to be a slow loser, and I was okay with that. I'm totally okay with that, because it's not really about how fast I lose this weight. It's about just getting it off, period. Like, I just want to be the healthiest I can be, and this is the start of this healthy journey for me. So to be 278.8, 3 weeks, yeah, I gotta give myself a hand clap on this. Like, God is the plug. I'm telling you. Like, I had not even considered vertical sleeve gastrectomy 5 months ago, 4 months ago. I did not consider this surgery until November. November is when I considered this. And I am now completely done and have lost over 30 pounds. What? Okay, so I'm so excited. Like, I can't even put into words how excited I am. Unless, maybe I just did, I don't know, but I'm just so excited about this number. So I mean, I'm just so proud of the progress that I have made, and throughout this journey I've just been very happy, and I have a lot of energy, and I just feel good. Like, I feel good. I think the way I was eating, guys, it was just so heavy. It was just heavy on me. It was heavy on my stomach. It was just heavy. Like, I had gotten to a point where I was just eating for joy. Like, I would not even be hungry, and I would just be like, oh, I want to eat. Or I would have just eaten and I'll go back for like a second plate, and I'm not even hungry. I'm full already. So the mentality of food is the first thing that you have to attack when you're considering this type of process, because my relationship with food had to start changing when I started pre-op, and I mentally prepared myself for this phase of the journey, which is after surgery. Because when I do get off of my liquids and I can start eating regular foods, I still have to remember, like, the old habits I had. I can't do those things now, and I'm gonna have to pause because the battery's about to go dead. So I will be back. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that, I had to get a new battery. So back to what I was saying about just the weight loss and being excited about it. I'm just happy that I feel like I'm losing weight at the pace that people my starting weight lose, and I'm totally okay if it slows down. I am really going to just be focusing on learning how to eat better. I'm excited about that phase, about the food phase. I do intend on getting very creative with my meals and just really embracing this new lifestyle that I'm about to create for myself. So I'm excited for that. But I do want to talk about a couple things that I think are pretty important in the VSG healing process. Just a couple things I've noticed during week 1 and within myself. So the first and most important thing that people have asked me is, was it painful? Did it hurt? How were you after you came out of surgery? And 2 things for me. You can go back and look at my vlogs, and I did not leave anything out. I showed pretty much everything. The only things that I did miss was the couple, like my surgeon saw me 5 times. He came and checked on me 5 times while I was at the center. So every time he came, it was just like random. So I never had the camera on, so I could never catch him because I was like engaged with talking to him. He was just such a breath of fresh air that we like were so focused on what he was saying that we forgot to turn the camera on. So that's the only thing that I missed. But I'm telling you, like, he saw me 5 times, guys, 5. So other than that, I pretty much shared everything. So if you want to go back and check out those vlogs, I think that that'll give you a better perspective of how I felt after surgery, like the immediately after, the next day, and then I was there 4 days. So there's 4 days of vlogs that really truly show how I felt. As of today, I feel pretty normal. Like, I don't feel like I have a small stomach. I feel like a normal girl that is just focused on losing weight at this point. You know, unfortunately, I don't have the feeling of exercising yet because I can't, but I just feel like I've started a weight loss journey where I'm restricting myself naturally, eating less foods naturally to, you know, they always say shrink your stomach down so you can have a smaller appetite. That's kind of the phase I feel like I'm in on, like a quote unquote natural weight loss journey. So for me right now, I'm just allowing my body to heal. The type of work that I do, I'm very active, so I don't want to rush the healing process. While I feel amazing, I do know and I understand that I just had major surgery. I just had a part of a whole organ taken out, okay? So I'm not gonna pretend like that didn't happen just because I feel good. In my vlogs, I mentioned the left side a lot, that it was bothering me and it was annoying. It wasn't painful, it was just annoying, and that's because that's where my stomach came out. So the biggest incision I have, which is on the left side, kind of close to my, oh god, guys, I gotta stop again, I'll be back. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. That was a very important phone call. I had to answer it, so I'm so sorry. So yeah, talking about pain and stuff, I'm totally fine. I don't have any pain. My left incision, the one where the tummy came out of, that one was just a little annoying. It's still kind of sensitive. Like if I press on it, it's very sensitive from the inside out. It's not the outside that's sensitive, it's the inside. So it's very evident that this is where the most tugging or pressure or whatever happened, or muscle damage, I don't know. Whatever happened, it happened in this incision, so it's the one that's bothering me the most. But as of today, it's like every day it gets better and better and better. But in regards to how I feel amazing. Another thing that I think people want to know is gas pains and nausea. I haven't had 1 single ounce of gas pain. I haven't had 1 single ounce of nausea. I have been able to tolerate everything that I've drunk so far, and I'm still on liquid. So that what I've been consuming has, I've drunk. I've tried all of these things. I've had decaffeinated coffee, and I drank the coffee because I was constipated and I felt like I needed to go to the bathroom, and I drank the coffee and I drank milk that day, and I did go, but it was like nothing. So I guess I just wanted to go because I'm not used to not going to make a number 2 after like 4 days. So I didn't make number 2 until day 6. I have everything documented. Like, I am very organized, so I document everything. So I documented that I didn't make number 2 until day 6, and that was because I think it was because I drank the coffee, the decaffeinated coffee, and the 1% milk. So I had those, had no problem consuming them. Very good. I've consumed chicken broth, I've consumed vegetable broth, and I've consumed beef broth. They all still taste exactly the same as they taste before surgery. I know a lot of people say like your taste buds change. Well, my taste buds have remained the same. Everything still tastes good. The broth was easy. The broth is easier than drinking water and protein shakes. It just really, because you're sipping from a spoon, it just kind of glides down your throat, so per se, and it's really, it just goes down super smooth. So I've also had my popsicles, which I love. I've had I just started eating yogurt because I'm now in phase 2 of my recovery, my post-op diet. So I have had yogurt. Now with the yogurt, I will say this. I have the I think it's called Okino's Greek yogurt. They're kind of big. I think they are 5 ounces, maybe 5 or 6 ounces of yogurt. It takes me, I timed myself yesterday because I had one. I was like, dang, I feel like I've been eating this forever. And I looked at I started a show that I was watching, and I looked at the time it started, and then I looked at where I was. So it took me 35 minutes to eat that yogurt, guys. Like, the yogurt is thick, so going in, like, I have to like thin it out in my mouth a little bit because it's super thick, and I can tell when it got down, like when I was eating it before, like adding saliva to it, it was thick. And when it got down to wherever my sleeve is, I could feel that it was like trying to work its way through it, and it wasn't any pain. It was like I could just feel like a tight sensation where it's like, okay, we're trying to get it past this point, because I do believe there's a tighter point in my sleeve. Like the middle of my sleeve, I feel is tighter than the top and the bottom. So when it's passing that point, I may still be swollen too, but when it's passing that point, I can feel when things pass there. So the yogurt had a little issue trying to pass, so I started, when I would put it in my mouth, I would kind of add saliva to it, take my time, thin it out, and then start swallowing it, versus taking a spoonful of yogurt and just eating it like you eat normal yogurt. So that's a lesson that I learned, but nothing about it was ever painful. The Premier proteins, I drink these. Yesterday was the first day that I was able to get 2 of them down, and I can probably do, I'm supposed to have 3 a day, and I can probably drink the 3, but I've been so busy with trying to get the vlogs done and just recovering and resting and hanging out with my son that I haven't been focusing on regularly drinking it. So I think today I'm gonna try to consume 3 of them. It's 1:41 and this is my first one still, and I have like half of it left, but that's been because I've been moving around. I just did my makeup. I had a parent teacher conference with my son's school. I had to go to Walmart because I broke my scale. I had to buy a new one. Like, I just been moving today. So it's not that I haven't tried to drink it, I just haven't had a chance to drink it yet. So I will say, if you're in your first week, you have to really think about it, because you're not technically like hungry, if that makes sense. So you gotta just be conscious that you have to consume these liquids. The most that I've consumed in liquid form has been, it was yesterday. Yesterday I had 2 full bottles, 2 16-ounce bottles of water, 1 full 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade, and I had my 2 Premier proteins. That was the most. Oh, and I also had 16 ounces of chicken broth. So, and I had, the yogurt is, I don't really consider the yogurt liquid, but I had the yogurt too, and I had 2 freeze pops. So among all that, I feel like I got a lot of liquids in yesterday, and that was the most that I had consumed since surgery. So day 7 was yesterday, and that's what I was able to consume. I'm a little behind today because, like I said, I've been moving a lot today, so I haven't consciously been thinking to drink as much. Let's see, so that's drinking. It doesn't hurt to drink. You just have to learn what works for you. You have to learn how much you can swallow in one gulp, how big your gulps need to be, and how much air you're swallowing with that gulp too. I think that makes a difference. But for me, like when I was learning how to swallow and how much to swallow, if I took in too much, it didn't hurt when it went down. It was kind of like I could feel like it was like a little air pocket coming back up, and then I would just burp. But it was never ever, like, not even like the days, not even the days after surgery, it was never painful. It was just kind of like ooh, I feel air, I gotta get this air out. And if you look at the vlog, I think it's day 2 vlog, the one about where I went and I did my leak test. If you watch that part, the leak test, when I took the big gulp of the barium swallow, the contrast, I mean, when I took the big gulp of the contrast for the barium swallow, it was a huge gulp, and that was my first time drinking anything, so I had no idea how much to take or how much not to take. And you hear me immediately say, ooh, I got a burp, like, oh, that's gotta come out, ooh, like, that's the sensation. It's like, if I take too much, it's the same thing. It just feels like air, and the air needs to come out, like a little, you know, whatever. So yeah, constipation was the other thing I had written down that I wanted to talk about, but I think I already spoke on that. It took me till day 6. I didn't even really have anything there. It was literally nothing when it did come out. So I think I'm just completely like empty. I think my colon is empty. I think, you know, because I've been on these liquids so long, it's just, there's really nothing in there. So that's why I'm not going. So yeah, whatever. I feel good, so I ain't worried about it. Let's see what else I have to talk about. Oh, okay, so I do have a confession. I am keeping it real. This is the Keep It Real channel, okay? I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. I'm gonna tell you the truth because this is real, all right? So yesterday, let me see, day 4, day 5. Was it day 5? No, because we were still, okay. Day 5, my husband got sick. He started getting sick while we were in Mexico, but he's come down with a cold. So I have been taking care of making sure that my son eats and make sure he eats, and I cooked spaghetti and meatballs. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably remember I showed that I was cooking that, and then I posted a video of me cooking it, how I wasn't tempted by it, how I could smell it but I couldn't smell it. It didn't faze me. You know, I knew it was there, but I didn't crave it. I didn't want it. Well, let me tell you, yesterday I just wanted to taste the meatballs. I was like, I put so much love into those meatballs. I put so much flavor into those meatballs. I know that they taste good. Like, I didn't even taste the food cooking it because I know I put my foot in that meatball and spaghetti, okay? Like, I know it was the best meatballs and spaghetti I've ever cooked. But I didn't taste it when I was cooking it, and I was just like, who cooks and doesn't taste their food, like, to know it's right? But I knew it was right. I knew it was good. My son and my husband said it was delicious. But then my mind was like, oh, that meatball, like, you should, oh, just taste the meatball. I just wanted to chew it. Like, I think I was having just a weird sensation of, I just wanted to chew for the first time. I just wanted to taste something other than liquids, and I haven't had that sensation this entire journey, but yesterday I was like, I need that effing meatball, like, right now. So I found the smallest meatball that was in that container, and I warmed it up and I smelled it, and I was like, oh, this is about to be the best meatball ever. Like, this meatball is about to be life. Y'all, I ate that meatball and I bit it. It was not even that big. It was about this big, okay? It was one of the smaller ones that I made. I bit it in half, and then I licked all the sauce off of it, and then I didn't swallow like any of the onions, bell peppers, or like little pieces of meat. What I did was I kind of just sucked all the flavor out of it, and then I spit out the seasoning that was within that lick of spaghetti sauce. And then I chewed up that half of the meatball, and I just chewed and sucked, and then I just chewed some more, and I just sucked some more, and it was so good. It was just like, oh my god, I felt like I was having like a 7-star meal. Oh my god, that piece of meatball was so freaking good, guys. Like, I felt like a true fat girl in that moment. Like, I felt like I had just eaten an entire buffet of food and was just like, oh, this is heaven. So I chewed that little piece of meatball up, and I made sure I didn't swallow any of the debris, any of the meat, any of the seasoning. Like, it was just a matter of pushing my tongue forward on the grinds of the meat and just engaging and enjoying the flavor of the meatball. So after I chewed up that half, I spit it out, and I gave myself a second. I was like, okay, is everything okay? I was like, wait, hold up. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I was like, Mariah is good. Like, she is chilling. Yes. So, oh, by the way, I named my sleeve Mariah. Her name's Mariah. So if y'all hear me say Mariah in the future, that's because I named her Mariah. Perfect name for her. Like, Mariah is a diva. She's temperamental. She gonna tell you how she feels. She ain't gonna take no ish off of nobody. So that's how I feel about my sleeve. I feel like if she feel like she ain't feeling it, she gonna let me know. I feel like if she's happy, she's gonna be good to go. So I have named my sleeve Mariah. Okay, so family meet Mariah. Mariah meet family. All right, so I was saying, Mariah, yes, you're good. You're okay. You survived the meatball flavor. So you know what I did next, right? I ate the other half of it. I chewed it up and I sucked all the flavor out of it. And I was just like, it's like I think I was eating that meatball for like 10 minutes because I was just like I probably sucked every ounce of flavor out of that meat, y'all, that existed. And it was so satisfying. I was just like, oh, I cannot wait till I can eat I can actually swallow the meatball. But for now, this is everything I need. So yes. I had a secret. I feel so much better now that I've shared. Don't judge me. I'm just telling you the truth, okay? So that's what I did yesterday. I engaged in that meatball flavor and I spit it out. It never went down my throat and none of the meat ever made it past my mouth. So I feel confident that I haven't damaged anything, I haven't ruined anything, and I haven't caused myself any harm by eating the meatball. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't really have too much else to update you guys on. I'm on week 2 of my post-op diet, which is liquids again. It's nothing different. The only thing that changed is that I can now have pudding and yogurt. Well, thanks. Thanks so much for allowing me to eat some pudding and for allowing me to eat a little yogurt. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's the same. In my mind, it's literally the same thing. So I'm just gonna stay busy, keep myself focused, because next Tuesday, when I get on pureed foods, y'all, I'm telling you, it's about to go down. I've already identified what my first meal is gonna be in my head, and I cannot wait to share. I am gonna do a whole video on my first meal at 3 weeks because it's about to go down. Like, I earned my first meal. I earned it, okay? So I'm excited about week 3. I'm excited about week 2. So next Wednesday, wait. I might not be able to make my video next Wednesday. I'm gonna be traveling on next Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. The video might come on Tuesday for next week because I won't even be able to do it. I don't think. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what time my flight is for. But I'll be traveling next Wednesday, so that may make me have to do the video on Tuesday. And that's okay, whatever. If I have to be off one day, that's fine. I just want to stay consistent with my weekly updates, weight loss and everything. So yeah. Oh, I forgot. Okay, sorry. I know this is like super long. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys was this weight loss is super interesting. So this morning I weighed myself after I got the new scale, because I broke the scale. We went to my son's meeting at school, went to Walmart. I bought the new scale, came in, took my clothes back off because I always weigh myself with just underwear. I feel like that's your accurate reading, and I always weigh myself first thing in the morning before I consume anything. So I weighed myself and I was so excited about the new scale that I didn't have the camera, I didn't have my phone, I just did it. And I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot. And it's the kind of scale where it saves your stuff or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll just redo it. When I'm about to film the video, I'll film my weight and then put it in the video, and then I will, you know, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. Y'all, let me tell you, I weighed myself literally like what, It was probably like 3 hours later. Tell me why that scale said 276.4. I'm not even kidding. It was 276.4. Now, I'm not about to play myself, okay? So I'm like, I don't know what kind of Houdini genie magic is happening right now, but I'm gonna stick to this 278.8. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So I said, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm gonna let that be. So I got the camera, and then I went back in there, and I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and take this measurement, take this weight on this camera and see if it's the same thing. So I realized what I did wrong with the 276.4 was I moved the scale to a point where the grout, one of the little balancing parts, the four corners of the scale, one of them was positioned on like the middle of the grout. So I feel like that played a role in that difference. So I looked at the floor and I'm like, oh, I think this is why it said 276.4 whatever. So I moved it to a spot that was completely on one tile where everything was super even, and I got back on it. Yeah, it still was different. The weight was still different, so I got on and off that thing like 5 times just to make sure that it would stay consistent, because I'm like, what is going on? Like, how much do I freaking weigh? Like, I don't even know how much I weigh. So I finally was like, okay, this gotta be right. So the last weight that I got, that I recorded, I'm gonna pop it in here and you can see what it showed up as, which I think was probably accurate. I do feel like every couple of hours on this journey I'm losing ounces. So what it ended up being was 278.6. So between the first time I weighed earlier this morning, which was around 8:30, 8:45 a.m. and then to about 11 a.m. I think it was, I had lost like 2 more ounces. So I'm not gonna record that as my official weight or any of that. I'm gonna stick to the 278.8, and that extra 0.2 ounces, we'll just let that happen for next week. We'll add that to next week's numbers if it, if it matters. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope that this video is helpful, and I am so grateful and thankful that you guys are on this journey with me. I'm definitely gonna try to start getting shorter videos. Excuse me, I'm so sorry for the long videos. I'm a talker, as you probably can tell, so it's hard for me to like just get straight to the point and be like, okay, I weigh this, I weigh this, I weighed this, and it's how much I weigh now, and thank you, have a great day. I can't do that. That's not who I am. So I'm sorry for being, lengthy and long-winded, but this is just who I am. But I am gonna work on trying to get these videos condensed to like 15 minutes or less, so that it's just not so lengthy and take up too much of you guys' time, because I do greatly value your time and I appreciate you guys for watching. So that is it. We made it, y'all. We made it through surgery, and we made it through week 1, and it is up from here. It is I cannot sing, so don't even be like, oh girl, you sound good. No, I'm not even gonna do that to y'all, because this girl cannot sing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a happy Valentine's Day. And look at my light telling me bye, girl. It's telling me go away. All right, y'all, thanks so much. Y'all have a great week.